Check one, check two. Check one, check two. You are listening and watching the Athens Rock Lobster Network. Mateen Rad here. We're getting closer to puck drop here at the Columbus Civic Center. Rock Lobsters versus the Columbus River Dragons coming up after this. Lobsters are back in the Dragon's Den in a rematch of a game that really tested Crustacean Nation's cardiovascular system, but Athens found a way to come out on top in enemy territory. However, the Rock Lobsters have only played one game in December, and Columbus has played 5. Can Steve Martinson and his team shake off the rust and take another win in Columbus Civic Center? Good evening, everybody, and welcome to your view of Columbus Civic Center in Columbus, Georgia, where your Athens Rock Lobsters take on the Columbus River Dragons for the start of a home-and-home series. Matt Team Rad bringing you all the action live here on the Athens Rock Lobster Network. Tonight's show kicks off with the Piedmont Athens Regional Pregame Show. Last Friday was one to remember, one Rock Lobster fans will never forget, as Athens Ford Arena saw its first action, and what a bundle of action it was. The Rock Lobsters took a lead 3 different times in a 3-2 win against the Mississippi Seawolves, and the first ever goal scorer in Athens Ford history might not have been someone that Athens fans had on their bingo card. Matt Garcia had a great amount of distance between himself and the goal, but still sent a shot past Ed Coffey that the Mississippi goaltender still hasn't seen. After the Seawolves equalized for the first time, Garrett Milan stomped on the gas pedal around a defenseman and went 5-hole to put the Rock Lobsters up 2-1. He would end up finding the game winner with a wrister into the shot top shelf past Coffey. This marked Milan's 3rd multi-goal game of the season. Now has 11 goals and 11 assists this campaign. Let's take a look at our fan saves players of the game. First, for the Columbus River Dragons, a 28-year-old center, Alex Storjahan, who leads the Columbus team with 15 points this year. The Arizona native is coming off a 1-goal, 1-assist performance in the 6-3 win against Baton Rouge last Saturday. For the Rock Lobsters, someone who's no stranger to finding himself in this segment, but for a different reason tonight, Carter Shinkarik, the captain, has been put into the forward line with Malik Johnson and Garrett Milan. A special moment of silence here in Columbus Civic Center. We'll take a step aside real quick.
It wasn't hard to see why she'll be forever known by the team as Granny.
Since we opened in
Dragons, thank you. Now remain standing with hands over hearts for the presentation of our national anthem performed tonight by Brittany Allen.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. That our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the
A beautiful rendition of the national anthem brings us closer to puck drop once again. Our fan saves impact players of the game are Carter Shinkarik and Alex Storjahan. Fans, make sure to download the Fan Saves app To access exclusive deals from our partners, download fan saves and follow the Athens Rock Lobsters to check the Rock Lobster digital coupon book. Let's take a look at our Piedmont Athens regional injury report. Orca Weisblatt still recovering from surgery on his arm. Justin Movali is nursing a knock. We finish up with our starting lineup brought to you by Aikens Ford. It's that new look line of Malik Johnson, Garrett Milan, and Carter Shinkarik. Tonight's first D pair will be Joe Colatarsi and Riley Robertson. Josh Rosenswag is back in net for his first start since his great performance in the shootout win against Monroe back on November 2nd. The team physician is Dr. Alec Graff. The starting lineup is brought to you by Aikens Ford, the largest Ford dealership in Georgia. And the Piedmont Athens Regional pregame show has been brought to you by Piedmont Athens Regional. Piedmont, real change lives here. Got our ceremonial puck drop here. Remember the last time these two teams met, it took a thrilling shootout to find the winner. Kason Gallant with a late stuff with seconds to go to send it to overtime. Former River Dragon Carter Shinkarik went forehand backhand on the decisive shot in the penalty shootout. Going to be interesting to see how this new line looks for the Rock Lobsters. Malik Johnson, Garrett Milan, and Carter Shinkarik. I've been told to expect Carter Shinkarik in the center of this line. The wing, a more strong position for Garrett Milan, according to Steve Martinson. Steve Martinson wanted to make sure that he could use that strength, but it is Garrett Milan taking the opening faceoff. Milan wins the draw, and we're off. Joe Colatarsi, the newest addition to this top five for Steve Martinson. That one rolls past Riley Robertson. Jemayev tries to backhand it into the zone, unable to do so. Having to cover over that one is Matt Petizian, who gets a start here after a long layoff on the injured reserve. Offensive zone draw, the starters for both teams staying on the ice here. Milan with a quick slap at the puck wins another one off the pads of Petizian. Shinkarik from the blue line, his shot gets stuffed. Luckily, Colatarsi is going to get there before Cody Wickline, who had 2 goals the last time these two teams met. Helped on its way by Malik Johnson. And the Rock Lobsters will change. Stopped with a foot. Milan still on the ice. Puts it into the River Dragon half of the rink here. Good forechecking here by the newest Rock Lobster, Brendan Ronan, who was just added to the roster yesterday. Ooh, good opportunity here for Kason Gallant. Was looking towards a pass to his new teammate, Brendan Ronan, who was waiting in the slot. Unable to clear are the River Dragons, but they'll get the puck back after Michael Greco tried to rise high and palm that one down. Another new Rock Lobster here who is seeing his first action in red and white. Kyle Moore on the right wing, right into the glove of Rosenswag. Rosenswag going to try and shake off the cobwebs here. He's been the backup the last number of games. The last start that he saw was in that awesome shootout win against the Monroe Moccasins in Louisiana. He did see the tail end of that game to forget for the Rock Lobsters, that 6-2 loss against Carolina. 18:31 to go in the first. Hunter Alden lining up for the draw here. Jemayev tried to get an early start, but Alden wins the draw. Matt Garcia, a very, very happy man after scoring his first pro goal in the team's last game. The first ever in Aikens Ford Arena history. Brandon Picard tries to get away from the rest of the River Dragon pack. Here is another new Rock Lobster, Kyle Russell, with a tape-to-tape pass. But trouble here for the Rock Lobsters. Jemayev on the far side, rings it around the Rosie. On the other side waiting is Kyle Moore. Sends it into the netting to stop play. Matt Garcia, very, very happy man after his first pro goal. Had a long distance between him and the net, but was able to find one and put one past Ed Coffey. Make sure you stay tuned with us tonight. We've got an interview with Matt Garcia at the second intermission. And we've actually got videos for our interviews today with Steve Martinson in the first period and Matt Garcia in the second. Last date that Josh Rosenzweig last played for the Rock Lobsters was November 2nd. Or rather, the last time he last started. That game to forget for Carolina where he last played was November 29th. Rock Lobsters doing good in the faceoff circle thus far. Temporarily past Chris Hunt. Good job there by Nolan Slahetka to keep this puck in. Good amount of pressure here from the River Dragons. But the Rock Lobsters have done a good job of relieving that pressure thus far. Good tape-to-tape pass from Picard looking for Chris Hunt. But it's off the blade of his stick and into the River Dragon zone, played by Matt Petizian. Petizian, a 26-year-old out of Mississauga, Ontario. Good backhand from Shinkarik to find Kolatarsi. Shinkarik is someone who plays the forward position, or rather the defensive position, like a forward. Really good opportunity there with the open net was Justin Somero. He missed out on an opportunity to put the River Dragons up early here in Columbus Civic Center. That one needed the pad of Rosenzweig to make the stop on the shot from Somero. Trying to send that one deep was Connor Lind. Robertson to Kolatarsi. Heavy hit in the corner. Shinkarik with a great pass to his right. Milan just wide of the mark. And here come the River Dragons with numbers the other way. Ryan Galvin has an option to his left. Things really opening up for the River Dragons. Stopped by Rosenzweig. Followed up. Shot blocked. Third time not the charm for Hugh Anderson and Columbus. Rosenzweig is going to come out and play this puck. Well done by Shinkarik. A forward's mindset. He's used that mindset mostly as a D-man this season. An opportunity to show what he can do in the forward lines. Puck behind the net of the Rock Lobsters. Wrister off the pad of Rosenzweig. Jemayev with a second bite of the cherry. Instead, he opts for the pass. Hugh Anderson loses out on the puck. Philip Virgili, the Swede, going the other way. Wow, what a beautiful backhand pass. Kaysen Gallant has great memories of this building, but he can't squeeze one 5-hole on the backhand through Petizian. It's been a really, really good start for the Rock Lobsters. Rosenzweig has also had to make a few saves in this one, but the Rock Lobsters really liking their fluidity out of their own zone over middle ice. And they have another offensive zone draw here. Philip Virgili going up against Jemayev once again. Puck rings off the corner. Lind has to be careful there. Almost put that one in his own net. Greco from long distance off the glove and out of Petizian. Chance for Ryan Hunter to take one out of the zone. To his right, he has Kyle Moore, but he takes a heavy hit from the new man, Michael Greco. Michael Greco, a big old boy at 6'2". Greco with a great pass. Kaysen Gallant on the breakaway. Can't find the back of the net. Good stop by Petizian. Kaysen Gallant is being caused a lot of trouble here on this near side as well. Felt like there was almost a chance that Gallant was going to drop the gloves there. Took a couple of cross checks from Ryan Hunter. Gallant with his back to center ice trying to wriggle that puck free. Hunter Alden ends up helping him. Brandon Picard pokes it to behind Rosenzweig's cage. Gallant once again. He's probably looking for an opportunity to change. He does. Hunter Alden helps it on its way past the red line. Big hit for Alden. All the way back. Good shot from the new man, Kyle Russell. Forced a save out of Petizian. River Dragons with the puck on the near side. Austin Doe sends it to the far corner. Kyle Russell, a good puck-playing defenseman. Paired on this D pair with Matt Garcia. He'll take the puck out himself. That one off the skate of a River Dragon. Going to be able to play this one as Kirk Underwood. Russell able to slap that puck free. Malik Johnson sees some ice out in front of him to skate into. The time that puck spent in the River Dragon zone was not long. Kolatarsi with the flip to Robertson, who takes it around the cage. Dangerous play. Kolatarsi chooses to play the body rather than the puck of Samaro. It worked out in the end. Loose pass, and the River Dragons are going to be able to recycle. All the way around, Malik Johnson gets there first. Clever little quick pass to Riley Robertson. His pass gets deflected. Much better spell here for the River Dragons. Could spell danger for Rosenswag, who makes the save on Galvin. Kolatarsi. Backhand flip. Malik Johnson on the far side. Sees Shinkarik, who plays it with the feet, gets himself into the slot. Drop pass for Garrett Milan, and we'll have the first power play of this game as the Rock Lobsters are heading to the man advantage. Garrett Milan gets tripped, heading to the penalty box. Looks like it's Alexander Jamayev. We'll be right back after this commercial break. Coming up after this, a Rock Lobster power play. UGA football player Amarius Mims suffered a serious injury. The quality care from the Piedmont team changed his life.
As a football player, my body is everything to me. When I got injured, I was worried about my
future in the game, but you and your team's expertise, care, and support reassured me from the start. I've been able to recover because of the quality care I received at Piedmont, and I am back playing at my full potential on the field. I can't thank you enough for what you've done for me, my family, and my future. Your help means the world to me, and I'll always be grateful for your part in keeping my dreams alive. How you doing?
Well, I didn't know you were going to be here.
Yes, sir.
I'm so proud of you. So happy for you. It gives me joy to see you out there on the field doing your thing. You look good.
Appreciate you.
It's a good-looking ankle.
I'm trying to tell you.
Rock Lobsters heading to the man advantage. First power play of the night for either team, and this power play is brought to you by Paloma Park. If the Rock Lobsters score on the Paloma Park power play, fans can unlock $3 tacos at Paloma Park for 24 hours through, guess what, the Fan Saves app. So you better get that app on your phone and follow the Athens Rock Lobsters. Usual customers on this power play. Actually, it looks like Joe Kolatarsi will be the lone D-man on it. River Dragons with the early clear. Rosenswag will play the puck himself. Kolatarsi collects on Rosenswag's play. Looking to gain some momentum out of their own zone are the Rock Lobsters. 12:48 on the clock. 1:42 on the penalty to Alexander Jamayev, who took the tripping call. Good pass into the slot from Virgili. Kolatarsi saves that one at the line. Garrett Milan has taken a spot on this far side. Malik Johnson with a quick pass back to him. Milan to the near side for Shinkarik. Kolatarsi back to Milan. Milan trying to play one right on the doorstep for Johnson. Another good save from Kolatarsi. Sends it back where it came from. Philip Virgili with a little bit of a hassle. Milan has two River Dragons on him. Good job to protect the puck. 1 minute on this man advantage. Milan almost loses out on the puck. Ends up doing so, and it's sent the length of the ice. Both the PK unit and the power play unit will change for these two teams. Kolatarsi will temporarily stay on. With the Rock Lobster power play is Picard, Gallant, the new men Brendan Ronan, and Chris Hunt. A long pass goes out of play. And just 39 seconds left on this Rock Lobster power play that hasn't really been able to trouble Petezian yet. Puck drop will take place here right in front of the River Dragon net. Kaysen Gallant taking the draw on that one. We haven't seen a lot of face-offs taken by the Albertan this year. Kyle Russell finds himself on this power play in his first game as a Rock Lobster. Had good offensive numbers as a D-man in Mississippi, his last team. Had some time with the Seawolves to start this year. Ronan. Brendan Ronan, in his first year of pro hockey, he's bounced around 4 different SPHL teams. It was a good job by the Rock Lobsters to get to the power play, but it ends with not really many opportunities to speak of. Back to even strength. Murray has to be careful, and he is. Really good pass from Picard to find Glukaryov, who's looking for his first point as a Rock Lobster. It's not going to come there. His windmill pass narrowly misses Hunter Alden. Michael Greco comes from behind and lays a heavy hit on Jemayev. Michael Greco is one of those guys that is constantly looking to lay the body. You're likely to see that multiple times tonight. Look at the skating ability from Philip Virgili. Ends up being a dangerous play as Philip Virgili slipped right when Hunter Bersani was approaching him quickly. Whistle's blown for offsides, but luckily both men back up to their feet. Steve Martinson said that we might see Shinkarik playing center multiple times during this game. We haven't seen him take a draw yet, though. Flipped in by Kolatarsi. Shinkarik makes a great read. Finds the pass to Johnson. Kolatarsi to Robertson. Thinks about the shot. His wrister gets blocked. Robertson plays the puck, and it leaves the Rock Lobsters a little short-handed at the back. Joe Kolatarsi is enough man to play defense back there, though. Trouble not over with. Rock Lobsters, Rosenzweig has to make the cover and does, as there's Calamity in the crease. We go to a media timeout here at Columbus Civic Center. No score just yet, but a reminder that this Athens Rock Lobster broadcast is brought to you by Piedmont Athens Regional. Real change lives here. Aikens Ford is the largest Ford dealership in Georgia. If you're going to trust anyone, why not trust the biggest and the best? Stanfield Air Systems, we've spent the last 50 years fulfilling Athens' HVAC needs. First American Bank, we specialize in you. And Terrapin Beer Company, do the right thing always. We'll be back with more between these two teams, the Rock Lobsters and the River Dragons, after this.
Since we opened in 1968, we've taken pride in our professional staff. Unparalleled customer service is our legacy. Experience.
Sorry about that, fans. We just had our streaming software temporarily shut down. It looks like we're back. Milan wins the draw, but it ends up being batted into the blade of a River Dragon stick. Shinkarik able to bat it out of the zone. Milan able to get to that puck first using his great pace. Sends one back to Shinkarik. We've got a blow of the whistle here as the net is off its moorings. Looks like everything is running back smoothly on the broadcast. When your streaming software just crashes on you, believe me, it can cause some cardiovascular issues. Luckily, no congenital defects on my end. Otherwise, we might have had some real problems. 9:21 left here in this first period. Still looking for the first goal of this contest. Shinkarik has been really clever with his little passes. Malik Johnson almost a tape-to-tape job onto the stick of Kolatarsi. Kolatarsi getting up into the play. Little shoulder hit from the Rock Lobsters number 4, Cody Wickline, who was someone the Rock Lobsters rather not see again. A 2-goal performance the last time these two teams met. Kolatarsi stomps on the brakes. Robertson holds his man to the boards. Puck bouncing all around like a pinball. Dangerous pass from Malik Johnson, but it comes off. Gary Milan with speed. This is the kind of position that we saw him in where he scored his first against Mississippi. It's not going to come off this time. Ooh, awkward bounce off the boards. Luckily, a Rock Lobster was there first, and Troy Murray. Alden quickly over. Rather, this is Ronan. Quickly over center ice, a backhand, and a stop by Petizian. Ronan on a line here with Gallant and Virgili. We didn't see a lot of Casa Gallant at the tail end of last game. Was told that he had a lot of lactic acid in those muscles, was dealing with a lot of cramps late on in that game against Mississippi. Another offside call here. Whistle gets blown. Stephen Turner in the chat. And yes, Stephen, I am using OBS. Stephen Turner, or Turner Up Media as he's known in the chat, has been a great commodity for us in our broadcasting this year. The graphics that you see on your screen with our score bug have been made by him. He also makes the highlight packages that you might see on the Athens Rock Lobster highlight YouTube page. Make sure you follow Stephen there if you haven't already. Puck was flipped into the Columbus bench, so another stoppage in play. It's been a little start-stop over the last minute here. Niven in the chat reiterating a big shout out to Stephen Turner, who's been a huge help to me this season, and I really can't thank him enough for everything that he's done, not only for us as a broadcast, but for me as a person. Wow, look at that play there from Hunter Alden. A great backhand feed towards Chris Hunt. Rock Lobsters with some great plays in this game, but none of them have paid off yet with a puck in the back of the net. Let's see if that changes here as Michael Greco sends one at the corner of the end boards. Takes an awkward bounce off the back end of the cage, and the River Dragons are going to be able to send it the other way, only temporarily, as Murray plays it with the hands, backhands it back where it came from. Storjahan gets there before Glukaryov does. Great bank pass off the Rock Lobster bench, taken into the corner, sent around the end boards. But great defensive play from the Rock Lobsters once again. Something that's been really impressive to me lately is Hunter Alden and how willing he's been to get involved on the forecheck. Someone who's such a tenacious player, the Rock Lobster, who wears number 22. Another puck that's been sent into the bench, and another stoppage of play. 6:36 to go in the first period. I haven't seen any stats when it comes to shots as of yet. Interestingly enough, Blue Ridge with a 1-0 lead over the Carolina Thunderbirds right now. Columbus wins the draw. Riley Robertson making a good read, tries to pin that puck to the boards. Malik Johnson getting physical as he always does. Fans want a call there. Doesn't look like they're going to get one. That one all the way back to the blue line. Not getting enough on that one. Was an awkward shot from Nathan Balkwill. Here's Balkwill back on the puck. 6 minutes to go. That one didn't miss by much. A great shot by Storjahan. Riley Robertson with the interception. Garrett Milan gets run over as he had already fallen down to a knee. I don't think there was any malintent there from the number 23, Justin Somero. Rock Lobsters taking their time here. Michael Greco sees a step outside that he can take. Philip Virgili has had an extra zip to his step tonight. Unable to get any whip on the wrister, though, and it's an easy stop and easy freeze for Petizian. Petizian making his return to play after a long layoff on the injured reserve. Make sure you stay tuned with us here during the first intermission. We've got a intermission interview, our coach's corner. Good save by Petizian. Ronan was looking for his first goal. Almost gets a touch of that one as well. Ronan. Oh, makes a risky play. Makes a push with the stick. A heavy hit on Greco. For the sake of keeping everything unbiased, that one probably should have been a penalty, but no call from the referee. Rosenzweig makes two great saves on the doorstep. Wow. Puck sent back the length of the ice. Petizian plays it quickly. And an easy icing for the officials to call. We go into a media timeout here with 4:37 to go. Two auctions going on right now. Make sure you find some time to bid on autographed Christmas ornaments and autographed Christmas jersey auction. These autographed Christmas jerseys are looking mighty, mighty sweet. Trying to remember, again, where you could find that. Let me make a quick. You could do that at fans.winwith-.com/team/Athens Rock Lobsters. Once again, that's fans.winwith-.com/team/Athens Rock Lobsters. We go into commercial break. We'll be right back here. 4:37 to go. Still looking for our first goal in this game between two Georgia clubs. It's a historic season for all the hockey fans in Athens, and how can you celebrate without beer? The Athens Rock Lobster Clawshank Redemption is available exclusively at Terrapin Tap Room. Terrapin, do the right thing, always.
Rock
Lobsters.
Rock
Lobsters.
Rock the rink.
Here for fun.
Promo night.
Let's get it done.
Opening night.
Let's go.
B-52s.
Ready for the show?
Teddy bear toss.
Don't you know?
Hockey and hops.
Let drinks flow.
Glow night Sprite.
Bring the light.
Witch's brew.
Sorting hat. Wizard night. And you shall not pass.
Greek nights here.
Feel the cheer.
Stick it to cancer.
We're all here.
Pucks and paws.
Hockey and dogs.
Teacher appreciation.
Bring the squad.
Military pride.
Standing tall.
Faith and family.
All have a ball.
First responders.
Heroes true.
Star Wars night.
May the whole...
River Dragons fans frustrated with the lack of calls in their favor thus far. Matt Garcia takes it up a gear, gets there. His D partner, Kyle Russell, unable to find a Rock Lobster teammate. Rosenzweig makes a save on the tip of his skate. Alden. Shot from distance from Underwood, the River Dragon captain. Rock Lobsters fighting for a touch of the puck. That one went through the skates of Garcia. Difficult shift here thus far for the five on the ice of the Rock Lobsters. That one hit the glass over the end boards very, very quickly. Puck got away from Kyle Russell. Swift wrister is to the right of Rosenzweig. Alden. Tries to make a turn in the faceoff circle. Shinkarik makes the save at the line. Had Murray waiting in the slot. Murray will get there. Trying to make a play in the far corner. Flips it past the net. Shinkarik with a great defensive play. But possession only lasts so long for the Rock Lobsters. River Dragons with some great passing play. A shot there from Connor Lind goes into the front of Ryan Hunter. Garrett Milan has Johnson waiting in the middle. Doesn't see the pass open up. Sends it off the boards for Kolatarsi. Kolatarsi from distance. Riley Robertson was waiting but couldn't bury it. Shinkarik tried to play it with a foot. It skips past him. 2:15 to go. A heavy hit on Kolatarsi. Shinkarik. Evades 2 or 3. Fans want another call. And we've got a fight. Riley Robertson, the definition of a heavyweight, going up against Hunter Bersani. A couple uppercuts, and a couple jabs, a couple twos, and the number 2 for Riley Robertson and the Rock Lobsters. He's looking to his bench. Justin Portillo not in action tonight, but Riley Robertson is more than willing to play that role as he beat up Bersani. What a bout there between two heavyweights. Bersani at 6'2", Riley Robertson at 6'6". Slight stoppage in play. Don't think there's going to be an instigator penalty. Both Bersani and Riley Robertson look like they dropped the gloves at the same time. Five for fighting for Bersani and Robertson. We won't see those two until the second period. We've seen really just great spells for both teams thus far. We've also seen some great saves for both Rosenzweig and Petizian. Two goaltenders who are coming off long layoffs. Shot from distance once again. That's been the bread and butter for the River Dragons this game thus far. Some have caught Rosenzweig by surprise, but he's been able to make saves for the most part. That one took a deflection, and it looks like we've got a call here. We've got what looks like a cross check going against Troy Murray. Not what you want if you're head coach Steve Martinson. The Rock Lobsters go to the penalty kill late on in the first period. Leslie Jones Law, penalty kill, strong, skilled, strategic defense. When you think those things, you think Leslie Jones Law. Rock Lobsters have to be staunch here in this penalty kill. You do not want to take the breath out of your momentum and let up a goal late on in the first period. Petizian didn't see anything that he liked on his forehand, flips it backhand, has to play the puck once again. If the River Dragons don't find the back of the net here late on in the first period, they will start the second period on the man advantage. Well, wrister, but not getting anything on it, was Ryan Hunter. River Dragons were able to follow up at short distance, but once again, Rosenzweig stands strong. Here on the near side is Kyle Moore. Clean zone entry for the River Dragons. Getting free here in the circle was Ryan Hunter. Finds Steven Klink behind him. Here's Hunter. Doesn't get anything on the wrister. That puck flipped toward the glass on the inside. Wrist shot late on, but Rosenzweig makes the save to end the first period. One of the best chances of this game thus far comes as the horn sounds at the end of the first. Really good spells for both teams, and the River Dragons unable to find the back of the net with a late man advantage, but they will start the second on the power play after the cross check from Troy Murray. Had a chance to talk with head coach Steve Martinson just yesterday, and we've got an exciting video element to add to our usual Coach's Corner. I hope you guys enjoy that. Here's my talk with head coach Steve Martinson. Welcome back to another episode of Coach's Corner here on the Athens Rock Lobster Network. Matt Rad, joined once again by Steve Martinson. Coach Marty, I think everyone associated with the team has just been replaying the events of last Friday over and over again in their head. I know it was electric from where I was sitting up in the press box, and you had a great view from right behind the bench. What did you make of the team's first ever home game?
Well, there were some things I liked about it, some things I didn't like, and it's you hate to make excuses, but we weren't real sharp. But I thought we played a physical game. I thought the fans responded to that. But you could kind of tell that we haven't played a lot over the last, we only had one game in a month going into that game, which is, that's really unheard of. Usually, usually in training camp, if you don't play a game, you're playing by your third weekend. So I thought we were rusty and didn't make some plays, but I love the crowd. And I know Saturday night we're going to be a lot sharper.
The building exploded when Matt Garcia scored the first goal in Aikens Ford Arena history. We haven't really had a lot of opportunity to talk about Matt this season, and I actually had a chance to talk with him yesterday. He's a young guy who's in his first season of pro hockey. He's held down that third pair as he's had partners come in and out, and he's also just a great kid talking to him. What are your thoughts on Matt and what his strengths have been this season?
Well, I think his number one strength is he can skate. He's a good skater, and he can jump up in the play. And that line hasn't been scoring much of late. I'm looking for them to get back on track, but he's a guy that can jump up in the play. He is a strong guy too, but and he can maneuver with the puck, and he moves his feet well, and that's one of the things that I like in defensemen that can maneuver and pull people out of position.
It was an incredibly exciting game last week. You kind of already touched on this a little bit, but I was curious, even in the midst of the game while it was happening, if that's something you wanted or didn't want was an exciting game. I mean, at the end of the day, the game was a great show for the fans, but also it was a little close for comfort against a team that has struggled themselves this season.
Yeah, and anybody can be dangerous, and you can't take anybody lightly. And one of the things you're trying to do is be in control of your game and how you play. So, like I said, when you don't play a lot, you come out. It's not surprising to come out rusty. So I was a little bit frustrated. Obviously being in a tie in the third period, but like I said, I thought the positives. I thought we worked hard. I thought we were physical and we got solid goaltending. So right now it's just build on that.
Things really boiled over in that second period when Garrett Milan was hit up high, and then it's pretty much almost a brawl that occurred between the two teams. Two players from each team are kicked out, multiple penalties. I know you may not have had the best view, and it all escalated very quickly, but how do you remember how the events occurred there?
Well, the guy, Milan, came in, and I don't know if he, poked in at the goalie and came in, looking for a rebound. And the guy hit him from behind, face first into the boards. And that's an automatic, should have been a match penalty, and that's what it was called. But, he hit him from behind. It was a really dirty play, and you're trying to injure our top player. And he's a first-year guy. He doesn't know me very well, obviously doesn't know me at all. He's going to get to know me a lot better. But maybe not me personally, but the style that, when I say I believe in two eyes for an eye, I believe in that for a reason. And the other cliche is fight fire with fire. So, our guys saw that, and we weren't going to just take the 5-minute power play. He was going to pay we were going to send him a message that if you do that, there's going to be a price to pay. So that's what it was. He was a dirty hit, and it's going to be a long season for that kid.
When something like that happens, how difficult does it become for you to balance the lines? I mean, we're seeing different iterations of different lines.
Yeah, on top of it, Gallant, he was suffering by the third period. He couldn't play. He was suffering from I guess he was dehydrated and his legs were cramping. So he tried to go a couple of times, but he didn't play in the third. So we were really, we were down to 13 guys. So 13 is tough. Thank God it was only one game, but 13 is tough because if you go with 4 defensemen and move a guy up, you're going the defense every other game. And so it was a lot of line juggling. And the guys, you can see some guys can double shift and some guys can't.
How does that work from your standpoint? Are you just calling who you want exactly on the ice every time?
Oh, yeah, you have to. And then you have to remind the wingers, what I try to do this as a habit. Guys get used to playing, they just come off change, and I always tell them, you got to yell your position because they don't know me that well still. It's only been, 10 games, but 12 games. I juggle lines. And if the line isn't going, I'm not afraid to make changes, in strides. So, somebody might be a center one shift, and then 5 minutes later he might be playing wing, and so you got to make sure the guys know. And I'm on the bench saying, okay, this guy's right wing, but that's one of the things that I try to instill in the players to call out their position when they change, so we don't end up with too many men on the ice and 2 guys jumping for the same guy.
We saw a video released on Rock Lobster social media of Justin Portillo firing the team up in the locker room. In my talks with Carter Shinkarik and Garrett Milan, they've described themselves as more like lead by example kind of guys. We've seen firsthand how much Ports has been leaned on to be the energy guy on the ice. How much have you leaned on him to be that off the ice as well?
Yeah, I mean, he's pretty vocal off the ice, but I'm not really involved with that. But he is pretty vocal. And sometimes maybe a little too vocal at times. He was kind of talking a little bit in warmups, and we got to kind of. I think he was pretty excited to be at home for the first time, but yeah, I mean, he's always talking. He's the talker. He's always talking on the ice, and that's a good thing. I'd rather have a guy with, I'm not saying he has too much passion, but I would rather have a guy with too much passion than not enough. So he's got a lot of passion, and he enjoys talking out there. So
any addition? Sorry, Coach. Any additions to the injury list after last game? I know Movali and Orca are on the IR, but any new additions? You talked about Kaysen a little bit. Is he going to be good to go?
Yeah. It was just dehydration, I think, and everybody's good to go. We're gonna have a couple because we've got some new players, so we got a couple of healthy scratches. Looks like for tomorrow.
That segues us beautifully into my next question. 3 new additions made to the team in this past week. First, let's talk about Kyle Russell. What can you tell us about Kyle?
Well, Kyle's another kid from Texas that played in the program that my kids played in, and I know it's a really good program, and they have really good teams, and he was the top scoring defenseman there. And I watched this video. He's a really good skater, and he's kind of like a Carter type player that can jump in the play, and he can play forward if we need him to play forward. But he can jump in the play, and he's fast enough to jump in and get back. Some guys can jump in the play, but they don't get back fast enough, so it doesn't work out very well if we don't score. But he's he's got. I think he's going to provide some offense coming from the blue line and jumping up.
Someone that our fans were really excited about coming in was Michael Greco. What does he bring to the table?
Well, Greco is a funny guy. A couple of years ago, he had 30 points in 42 games in Columbus, and then he went up to the SP and really didn't get in that role. And you've heard me say it. If you've done it before, you can do it again, given the same circumstances. So I know a lot of teams were interested in getting him. He got traded, and we intercepted him in the trade to Macon in the SP and just talked to him about, what it's like to play here. We had several players talk to him and the style that we play. And, I watched this highlight tape. If when you're hearing this, you go on YouTube and look at his highlight tape, and you can see he makes some great passes, but he also makes some big hits. And so he's a guy I think that contribute all over the ice. But based on what I've seen, I would expect him to be our heaviest hitter on the blue line.
Now, are those two guys kind of jousting to be on the third pair for the next game? Or what is that going to look like?
No, Carter's going to center this weekend. So we're going to have to sit out two forwards, but Carter's going to play with Milan, and Milan's really a winger. And so we've had a couple of guys, Phil Virgili's really a winger too, but so we've had a couple of guys play center that really haven't played center their whole career. So some of them are learning as we go, but Carter's a converted center. He played center his whole life and has only played defense for a couple of years. And the style that he plays, fits into the way we like to play, that he's jumping up in the play. But I just haven't liked that line chemistry for a little bit and been trying different people in there. Nothing against the other players. It's just not the fit that I was looking for. And so I moved Carter up for at least the weekend. We'll see.
Who are you thinking about pairing with Robo on that top pair?
Joey's going with Robo, and then Greco and Murray are going together, and Russell and Garcia.
And then right before we started this call, you let us know that the team picked up Brendan Ronan. What can you tell us about Brendan?
Yeah, he's an interesting guy. He's kind of bounced around on different SP teams, and he's got good size. He's 6'2", but he moves well. He skates well. He led his team in scoring for 3 years in a row in college, Division III college. So I watched him real close in practice, and he's got some skill and some ability. And sometimes, you go in and that league, you don't have to have a rookie. They don't have a rookie rule. So, our league, you have to have 6 rookies in the lineup every night. So sometimes our league is more conducive to getting the opportunity, but he should be a real good player for us and step in and start making plays right away. And that's my expectation of him.
Coach Marty, the Baton Rouge Zydeco up at the top of the Continental Division with 17 more points than the Rock Lobsters. But something to remember for Rock Lobster fans, Baton Rouge has played 10 more games than Athens at this point in the season. How do you feel about that? Is there a sense of comfort in knowing what you have to do in those games that have to be made up? Or is it more concerning for you that there's so many games to play at this point in the season and you're going to maybe be stuck with, a long streak of games that's very dense?
Well, so, I'm used to having 78 games. So, the fact that it stinks that it's our own fault. The reason we haven't played as many games is we haven't had home ice. And then we had to have, games, canceled. And one of the reasons that, we've had we had a weekend off besides the games is because we don't have a home rink. So it's the bed that we made. The nice thing is we got, 10 road games out of the way, or not 10, 11 road games out of the way. And so we've got a really nice schedule going forward. And they've, so 10 wins, if you win 10, that's a 30-point swing. So you can make up that ground, as we go, but it will take a while because you got to play the games.
Attention's turned to this weekend in a away and a home series against our in-state rivals, the Columbus River Dragons. It was probably the most exciting game of the season last time these two teams met. It took the shootout to find a winner. Are you expecting another close game between these two teams?
Well, I like our team a lot better now than it was the game that we played them. So I'm expecting a better all-around effort. I think we're a faster team, and our defense is definitely, deeper defensively than we were, than we were the last month. So, I told the guys today I expect to win every game the rest of the year. And some people go, well, what is he not really serious? And I'm like, yeah, I'm really serious. I expect to win every game. So I want to go into tomorrow night's game. I think if we play our A game, we should be tough to beat. And if we lose, it should be like the Danville game where we had, 60 shots on goal and we just couldn't find the back of the net.
Last question, Coach. December 21st, our next home game, Saturday night. It's going to be the teddy bear toss. A lot of people very excited about it. All of those stuffed animals going to a very good cause. What's your rallying cry to get Rock Lobster fans out to the ice?
Well, I think the fans that came the last game were really, they were entertained. They had a good time. You see the way they cheer for the hits, and that's the way it is in the South. You get a lot of football fans coming to the games, and they like the big hits. And we certainly have the most physical team in the league. So I think they'll enjoy, and they'll be able to see some offensive plays and some fun plays with the puck. But come on down, and I assure you, you'll be. It's like that show Gladiator. You'll be entertained.
Thank you so much, Coach. Rock Lobsters versus the River Dragons Saturday night in Athens Ford Arena. Be there. Puck drop at 7:05 and bring a teddy bear. Welcome back to the Columbus Civic Center here in Columbus, Georgia for this in-state game between the Rock Lobsters and the River Dragons. We're in the first intermission. No score just yet, tied up at 0-0 before we head into the second period. A reminder that this broadcast of the Athens Rock Lobsters is brought to you by Piedmont Athens Regional. Real change lives here. Athens Ford is the largest Ford dealership in Georgia. If you're going to trust anyone, why not trust the biggest and the best? Stanfield Air Systems, we've spent the last 50 years fulfilling Athens' HVAC needs. First American Bank and Trust, we specialize in you. And Terrapin Beer Company, do the right thing always. We're moments away from the start of the second period, still waiting for our first goal in this one. We'll be back after this commercial break. Classic City Flats is a brand new apartment community in Athens, Georgia that redefines luxury living, offering a sleek and contemporary living experience. Our impeccably designed apartment homes boast sophisticated interiors, premium amenities, and exquisite finishes, providing residents with an unparalleled downtown living experience. Classic City Flats is excited to deliver luxury apartments that set the new standard of sophisticated living in Athens, Georgia. Classic City Flats, redefining your horizon of living. Farm Burger is defined by its mission, its farms, its team, and its family. In 2008, our co-founders gathered around a single idea: redefine the burger by bringing together a community of ranchers, farmers, chefs, restaurateurs, and eaters. Our promise is to strive every day and with every burger to uphold these core values to each and every one of you. We do that by holding ourselves to a higher standard. Grass-fed and grass-finished, that means our cattle are never fed grain. Our belief feeds our mission, and our mission is to feed you.
Every business owner who's built a business wonders about their company's legacy. What's the path forward after they decide to take a step back? At the heart of every succession plan is a vision that safeguards hard-earned success. This isn't just paperwork. It's your roadmap, guiding a business during a change in ownership and detailing how ownership transitions and key financial decisions unfold. This instills a profound sense of pride, belonging, innovation, and commitment, ensuring a stable future for the company and a rewarding exit for you. Let's forge that path together.
It's a historic season for all the hockey fans in Athens, and how can you celebrate without beer? The Athens Rock Lobster Clawshank Redemption is available exclusively at Terrapin Taproom. Terrapin, do the right thing, always. There's only one place you can deck yourself out and represent Athens' first ever pro hockey team, the Rock Lobsters. Head to shop.rocklobstershockey.com to get your hats, shirts, and even jerseys now.
Since we opened in 1968, we've taken pride in our professional staff. Unparalleled customer service is our legacy. Experience the best, skilled hands and friendly faces. At Stanfield Air Systems, satisfaction is not just a guarantee, it's our tradition. Schedule online at stanfieldair.com.
UGA football player Amarius Mims suffered a serious injury. The quality care from the Piedmont team changed his life.
As a football player, my body is everything to me. When I got injured, I was worried about
my future in the game, but you and your team's expertise, care, and support reassured me from the start. I've been able to recover because of the quality care I received at Piedmont, and I am back playing at my full potential on the field. I can't thank you enough for what you've done for me, my family, and my future. Your help means the world to me, and I'll always be grateful for your part in keeping my dreams alive. How you doing?
Well, I didn't know you were going to be here.
Yes, sir.
I'm so proud of you. So happy for you. It gives me joy to see you out there on the field doing your thing. You look good.
Appreciate you.
It's a good-looking ankle.
I'm trying to tell you.
Big news, Crustacean Nation. We are auctioning off autographed Christmas ornaments and some beautiful autographed Christmas sweater-inspired Rock Lobster jerseys. Just head on over to fans.winwithdash.com and search the Athens Rock Lobster Facebook page to learn how you can bid on autographed collectibles that you can't find anywhere else. Slight advantage to the River Dragons after the end of that first period. They led the shot department 13-8, but the first lead of this game is still up for grabs as we enter the second period with a tied game at 0-0. Top line back out for the Rock Lobsters. Carter Carrick more or less playing D-man once again on this penalty kill, which starts off this second period. Ooh, good defensive play there on the poke check from Malik Johnson. Still tenacious to try and get to the puck. Garrett Milan looking to get one short-handed. That puck in the middle of the air, and that one's flipped behind the cage. Little bit of calamity for the River Dragons early on in the second period. Some crucial seconds also shaved off. Here's Milan once again. Most of the offense on this River Dragon power play to start the second period has gone the way of the River Dragons. Ooh, a heavy check in behind from Michael Greco. We heard about how he takes the body, backhand, and a save by Matt Petizian. Going hard to the net there and flipping a backhanded shot into the midsection of Petizian was the new man, Brendan Ronan. Brendan Ronan, in his first action in the FPHL, looking to start off his FPHL career with the Plum. Virgili here on the face-off. Both teams back at even strength. A little bit of a scrum here on the near side. Good pressure from the Rock Lobsters to start this period. I don't think Petizian knew much about that shot from Greco until late on. Another one from the Rock Lobsters, 98. And another Rock Lobster who's making his debut tonight. Virgili plays it with the gloves. Can't flip a pass back to Ronan. And here come the River Dragons through Ryan Hunter. Loses out on the puck as he was heading towards the Rock Lobster blue line. Really interesting minute and 40 seconds to open up this second period. Kyle Moore stomps on the brakes, turns around. Jemayev tried to flip a pass to the slot, but nobody was there. Case and Gallant can't get a touch of that one, and it's going to be an icing. This is a home-and-home series between these two teams, so tomorrow we'll be heading back to Aikensford Arena. I'm sure all of the Rock Lobster fans, as well as the players, head coach Steve Martinson, everybody looking to get back into that beautiful rink. And of course, it's a special night, not just because it's my birthday, but because it's Teddy Bear Toss Night, a great cause. Make sure you bring some stuffed animals to throw onto the ice, going to a great cause. Kids in need. Troy Murray tries to settle things down. First time pass played by Greco. Rock Lobsters have done a good job of protecting the puck thus far in the second period. But here comes Austin Doe right as I say that. Troy Murray has lost his stick. It's floated to that far corner. Someone needs to give Murray his stick. Murray has a chance to retrieve it quickly. Pass goes wayward. River Dragons keep it in though. Heavy body check. Virgili goes down, back up on his feet. Gallant attempts the poke in on Ryan Galvin. Ronan loses out on a handle. Puck over the River Dragons logo and dumped in. That went all the way into the corner of the rink on the outside. Didn't think that one had a chance to leave the rink, but that ended up being what it did. So face-off will happen at center ice. It's this line of Picard, Alden, and Chris Hunt. Kyle Russell taken down off the puck. Good play from Stephen Klink. Ends up freeing the puck for Scott Doherty. Good check from Hunter Alden. That's been what he's done best this season. Shot from long range saved by Rosenzweig. Good pass into the slot. Matt Garcia with a play on the stick prevented from Storjahan from releasing that shot. Here come the Rock Lobsters. Potential 2-on-1. Picard on the puck unleashes a wrister over the top of the glass after the save from the blocker from Petizian. Klink with a quick flip to Storjahan. Storjahan whiffs on it. Kyle Russell, a D-man who likes to get in on the offensive action and dumps it in. Milan will chase. Really good play from River Dragons to get it out of their own zone, but they can't get it into the Rock Lobsters. They eventually do through the alternate captain, Kyle Moore. Kolatarsi gets there before Ryan Hunter. Joe Kolatarsi has had a great time reading the puck in this game thus far, showing why he should be on this first pair in place of Carter Shinkarik, who's been transformed into a forward for this game, at the very least. Robertson into the skates of Shinkarik. Milan tries to poke it free. Jemayev careful with the puck. Sent in from deep by Hugh Anderson. Quick pass towards the slot. Anderson was waiting. Malik Johnson shepherds that puck towards the red line. Loses out on it. Johnson was waiting. Found a pass from Shinkarik. So many great plays from both teams thus far, but both teams have been yet to find the net. Ooh, not getting all on that pass was Hugh Anderson. Had to be careful. Luckily, Petizian made the read and went out of his crease. Johnson still on the ice here, not giving up on anything. Looks like he's finally going to make the change. 6 minutes gone in the second. Wickline. Not knowing where that one went was Ryan Galvin. Rock Lobsters win the puck back. Michael Greco doing everything he can to protect that puck. Finds the pass to the Russian, Glukaryov. He tries a backhand pass towards the slot. Glukaryov waiting for it. Virgili is behind him. Two Europeans trying to combine. That one flipped into the front row. Very positive about Daniil Glukaryov was head coach Steve Martinson, despite the fact the Russian has not found the score sheet yet. He said that he's learning a lot about how to play the American style of the game, and also he's learning a lot of English quickly. Not an easy job when you're coming from Moscow, Russia. We head into a commercial break. We'll be back after this.
Since 1968, we've been your trusted source for home comfort. From then to now, we've evolved, but our commitment to your comfort remains unchanged. Experience the expertise that only decades of dedicated service can provide. Trust Stanfield. We've been keeping homes comfortable for over 50 years. Your comfort, our legacy. Schedule online at stanfieldair.com.
There's only one place you can deck yourself out and represent Athens' first ever pro hockey team, the Rock Lobsters. Head to shop.rocklobstershockey.com to get your hats, shirts, and even jerseys now. It's a historic season for all the hockey fans in Athens, and how can you celebrate without beer? The Athens Rock Lobster Clawshank Redemption is available exclusively at Terrapin Tap Room. Terrapin, do the right thing, always. River Dragon fans getting behind their team. It's a good attendance tonight here at the Columbus Civic Center, but I have a feeling we're going to see some big numbers tomorrow in Aikens Ford Arena. Excited to get back into the press box there. 13:35 on the clock here for the second period. Brendan Ronan, the newest member of this Rock Lobster team on the faceoff, ends up losing out to Galvin. Here's Ronan again. Shot from long distance. That one didn't miss the top corner by much. I think that one took a deflection into the netting, and we've got a stoppage in play. Brendan Ronan has impressed me thus far. 25-year-old from Saugus, Massachusetts. Another big body to add on to this team, standing at 6'2". He's bounced around 4 different SBHL teams here in his first year of pro hockey. Linesman doesn't like the way the faceoff is taken, much to the chagrin of the River Dragons, who thought they had won that draw. Ends up being a good faceoff from Ronan. That shot from Garcia didn't miss by much, trying to double his pro goal tally. We already heard from Steve Martinson in this broadcast. We'll hear from Matt Garcia in the second intermission. Being brought down to the ice was Austin Doe. Was able to find a pass, but now puck in the carom of the Rock Lobsters, and we've got one once again in the front row here at Columbus Civic Center. 12:51 left in the second, still waiting for our first goal in this game. A lot of Rock Lobster fans knowing the streak that Garrett Milan is on. He was their choice to score first in this matchup. Garrett Milan leading the team in both goals and points with 11 and a 22 respectively. Ooh, shot from long distance, took a block out of a body out in front. Puck pinballing all around. Here comes Brandon Picard the other way. Uses his left arm to kind of stiff arm the defender away, send a great pass in, but once again, no answer for the passes that are in the slot. Storjahan forces a save off the pad of Rosenzweig. Really, really entertaining start to this second period. Here comes Picard once again. Leaves it for Alden. Alden tries 2 attempts at a pass, ends up getting flipped into the netting. Really clean entry there from that trio of Alden, Chris Hunt, and Brandon Picard. Picard scored late on in the 6-2 loss versus Carolina. A game to forget, but also potentially a learning experience for this team. Carolina has looked like one of the top teams in the league ever since they lost to us 1-0. Moneyline with an offensive zone draw. Let's see if the Rock Lobsters can get something done here. Instead, the River Dragons win the faceoff. One back by Kolatarsi, rather was Shinkarik, and now Jemayev has a great pass to the far side. Rosenzweig had to deal with the pass from Storjahan at the high slot. Klink tries the shot, and he finds the top shelf with the second bite of the cherry. It's the River Dragons that strike first. Stephen Klink ends up getting to his own rebound that took a block out in front, follows it up with a shot that finds the top shelf past Rosenzweig. Rock Lobsters now have work to do as the River Dragons and Stephen Klink have opened up the scoring in this one. Klink's 4th of the season. Klink, a forward who's only logged 2 points in his last 9 games, but a big goal from him to make it 3 in his last 10. Murray looks up to see the puck on his stick. Really clever threaded pass. Good passing all around. Virgili almost finds the answer. The immediate response, Troy Murray's shot is saved. Great lateral movement on that stop there from Petizia. Clean zone entry from the River Dragons. Kyle Moore. Still Kyle Moore. Takes the hip check. Still has the puck. Virgili gets in between him and the puck, though, and shakes it free. Virgili flips it off his own end boards. Troy Murray is there. And here comes Virgili. Almost a 2-on-1 there developing. Virgili and Kaysen Gallant, a duo that has really impressed this season. Hunter Alden had to be careful there and was. And they really impressed in the last matchup against the River Dragons. Ooh, really good move there from Wickline. Opened things up for Hunter Bersani. Remember Bersani we saw exit this game earlier after the fight from Riley Robertson, a major penalty. A whistle's been blown there. Not sure what prompted the whistle being blown here. Trying to look for a signal from any official. It must be an offside. .10:05 to go. Rock Lobsters down 1-0 to an in-state foe. And it had been a very strong start to the second period for the Rock Lobsters. Glukaryov still looking for his first goal in red and white. Can't find it there on a breakaway chance with the backhand. Fighting hard to try and get that puck back. Lays a strong hit on Austin Doe. Trying to take that puck with him was Bersani. He stopped in his tracks. Good play there from Cody Wickline. Alden couldn't find the return for Picard. Garcia hassled by Doe. Pile of bodies in the corner. Garcia gives and takes a couple of cross checks. Picard over the line. Alden prompts a great save from Petizian, who's been electric in this return from the injured reserve. And we head to another media timeout. The Rock Lobsters looking for a response after the goal scored by Stephen Klink. We'll be back after this commercial break. Farm Burger is defined by its mission, its farms, its team, and its family. In 2008, our co-founders gathered around a single idea: redefine the burger by bringing together a community of ranchers, farmers, chefs, restaurateurs, and eaters. Our promise is to strive every day and with every burger to uphold these core values to each and every one of you. We do that by holding ourselves to a higher standard. Grass-fed and grass-finished, that means our cattle are never fed grain. Our belief feeds our mission. This broadcast of the Athens Rock Lobsters is brought to you by Piedmont Athens Regional. Real change lives here. And Akins Ford, the largest Ford dealership in Georgia. 9 minutes, 11 seconds to go in the second period. Rather, 9 minutes and 9 seconds. And here's something we thought we might see at some point. Carter Shinkarik is going to be taking the face-off here. Giving some instructions to Colatarsi behind him. Shinkarik is then kicked out of the faceoff circle. Interestingly enough, Malik Johnson will take the draw. Linesman once again not happy with the way the faceoff is taken. That one through the legs of Milan. Colatarsi from distance took a block on the shin of Slehetka. Slehetka seems to be skating well despite the fact that that one's got a smart. Shinkarik into his own zone. Dropping back almost like a D-man. Making a huge sprint on the far side. Milan tries to find him, and he does! Carter Shinkarik back in his old barn reminds the fans here in Columbus Civic Center of his name. It all started with Carter Shinkarik. He almost looked like a D-man once again as he had settled the puck in his own zone and then just sprinted on the far side of the ice. Garrett Milan was able to find him with the return pass. And on the backhand, Shinkarik has scored his 7th of the season to even this game up at 1 apiece. Wow. What a goal started and finished by Carter Shinkarik. At the 11:21 mark here of the second. Rosenzweig leaves it for Greco. Taken into the zone by Kirk Underwood. Good check of the body there by Murray. Virgili flips it past. Taking a heavy hit before protecting the puck was Brendan Ronan. And we've got an icing here. Oh, it looks like we might have a fight progressing here. We knew Greco was capable of getting in the face of the other team. Looks like nothing's going to happen yet. Steve Martinson described the 26-year-old Michael Greco as someone who is just a pain to play against. Lone assist on the goal goes to Garrett Milan. So Milan now 12 assists on the year, puts him on 23 points. Looks like both captains, Underwood and Shinkarik, wanting some sort of call to go their way. And it looks like it'll be offsetting minors here for Kyle Moore and Michael Greco. So both teams will skate 4 aside. A back and forth start to this second period, and it's been very, very entertaining. It was the goal at the 8:14 mark from Steven Klink, assisted by Doherty and Jamayev. And then Shinkarik with the response. Lone assist goes to Garrett Milan. So once again, those two have combined. It used to be interesting. I mean, a forward and a D-man forming a great chemistry. Steve Martinson has made a read there and instead has just put that impressive offensive defenseman on the forward line. It was a great entry from Ronan. His shot gets blocked. Virgili having to come back and play a little bit of defense. Looks like we've got an offside call as a River Dragon entered the zone before the puck did. Looks like we might have some trouble here. First period, 19:59 is what the scoreboard reads right now. Looks like they accidentally reset the scoreboard here. So they might need to try and figure this out. Our clock here on the broadcast will be as accurate as it can be. It looks like it's just been fixed. Ooh, great pass towards the slot. Oh, what a save from Rosenzweig. Back onto his back end on the shot from Austin Doe. Austin Doe, a dangerous goal scorer in this league. Might have a chance to still make an impact, but a great defensive play from Shinkarik. This rivalry has been everything it's been advertised to be on paper. We saw that the first time these two teams met. Kyle Russell gets dispossessed. Malik Johnson has to come back and play D. Tilt around the world. Not finding a pass there was Stephen Klink, looking for his second goal contribution of the game. 35 seconds left of 4-on-4. Combination there between Johnson and Shinkarik. Kyle Russell heads towards his own net, and he'll take the trip. Little extra push there from Slehetka. Taking exception to it was Malik Johnson. We've already seen one fight in this game, and Slehetka letting it be known how upset he is. So 2 River Dragons in the box. So this now turns into a Paloma Park power play. If the Rock Lobsters score on the Paloma Park power play, fans can unlock $3 tacos at Paloma Park for 24 hours through the FanSaves app. The power play didn't look great the first time that we saw it in this game, but I always like to see a little bit more open ice for the Rock Lobsters, and they'll have 20 seconds of 4-on-3 here before Kyle Moore and Michael Greco are let out of the box. Kolatarsi at the line. Up the left side for Virgili. Virgili, Gallant, Hunt, and Kolatarsi. Gallant. Great move to get into the slot, and what a save with the pad from Petizian. No doubt Petizian making a strong case to be put into the top 3 stars of the night. Four seconds left off 4-on-3 before it'll head to 5-on-4 for the Rock Lobsters. Now it's Kolatarsi, Milan, Virgili, and Shinkarik. Shinkarik already with a goal on this one to make it 1-1. Can the Rock Lobsters find their first lead of this game? Virgili in behind, back to Kolatarsi, who sends it up for Virgili. Puck pinned to the boards. Comes free for Milan. Sends it back where it came from, Virgili. Looking to create an opening. Team's now skating 5-on-4 in favor of the Rock Lobsters. Milan. Minute 10 on this power play for the Rock Lobsters. Shinkarik. Johnson thought about the wraparound, but sends a pass right into the carom of the River Dragons. Virgili. Shinkarik. Michael Greco in onto this power play. Milan. His pass gets cut out. Ooh, two great defensive plays in a row. Could it end in a goal for the River Dragons? It almost does. What tenacity there from Kyle Moore, who's fresh out of the penalty box. Does a great job to force the turnover and then almost finds the back of the net. Overskated on by Malik Johnson. 2-on-1 for the River Dragons. Greco down to a knee. A great defensive display there from one of the newest Rock Lobsters. And again, not a strong display there from the Rock Lobster power play that looked a lot more comfortable 4-on-3 than it did 5-on-4. Ooh, that clearance right into the linesman. River Dragons able to deal with it. I don't know if there's a slick spot on this near side of the ice, but I've seen multiple players for both teams kind of wipe out here right in front of the penalty boxes. Awkward bounce off the boards on the clearance from Rosenzweig. Garcia able to get to that puck in the corner. Tries to flip it off the boards and clears his own zone. Garcia back in there. Galvin wheels one around towards Storjahan. First time shot blocked by Garcia, who sends the Rock Lobsters the other way. A golden opportunity to create a 3-on-2 there for the Rock Lobsters, but Alden is off sides. We head to another media timeout. We've got a tied one at 1-1. Goals from Klink and Shinkarik. We'll be back after this.
Since 1968, we've been your trusted source for home comfort. From then to now, we've evolved, but our commitment to your comfort remains unchanged. Experience the expertise that only decades of dedicated service can provide. Trust Stanfield. We've been keeping homes comfortable for over 50 years. Your comfort, our legacy. Schedule online at stanfieldair.com.
A chance for us to shout out some sponsors here. Athens Area Urology. You're in good hands with Athens Area Urology. Plumber Pro, Hospitality South, Athens Coca-Cola Bottling Company, Classic City Flats, home of the Rock Lobsters, Harmon Enterprises, Roto-Rooter, Aero Exterminators, Northeast Distributing Company, Aegis Trust Company, De Palma's Italian Cafe, Leslie Jones Law, Porterhouse Grill, Farm Burger, Fox's Pizza, and 23 Design. Looks like Brandon Picard being deployed here as a center. Has Glukaryov on his right and Chris Hunt on his left. Is regulation going to be enough to find the decider between these two teams? It wasn't last time we were here in Columbus. Austin Doa able to take the puck with him. Ooh, really good check from Troy Murray. Takes Wickline off the puck. Another 2-on-1 here for the Rock Lobsters. Great pass from Glukaryov, but Picard misses the net up high. Picard back on it after Wickline wipes out. One of the best plays we've seen from the Russian Glukaryov this season. Hunt from close range sends a slapper that is saved by the quads of Petizian. Petizian has been absolutely electric in this game. Scoreboard reads 18-18 when it comes to the shots we've seen in this game. This second period has flown by. Money line on for the Rock Lobsters, and Milan wins the draw. Robertson from a long way out over the helmet of Petizian. Matt Petesian out of Mississauga, Ontario, has been energy-inducing with the way he's saved the puck tonight. Calm from the River Dragons in their own zone. Chopped at there by Riley Robertson. Puck at the blue line, slap shot, saved by Rosenzweig. The River Dragons never found the puck a second time, and it's skated out by Riley Robertson, who finds Milan. Ooh, we've got a penalty here. Garrett Milan looking to get involved physically. Milan getting in the face of Kirk Underwood. Milan was very frustrated when the puck was taken, rather the stick was taken out of his hands. Still a couple exchanges here between Underwood and Milan. Roughing from Milan will ensure that there is yet another late power play for the River Dragons. So the Rock Lobsters are repeat offenders here on the Leslie Jones Law penalty kill. Be good, but if you can't be good and you get caught in the penalty box, call Leslie Jones Law. I've not seen a power play goal yet in this one. Two even strength tallies, one from Stephen Klink for the River Dragons and another for Carter Shinkarik for the Rock Lobsters. Garrett Milan, understandably but visibly upset and frustrated. Perhaps felt like he should have gotten a call, but now danger here for the Rock Lobsters, who have to be perfect in this remaining 1 minute 35 seconds of this second period. Here come the River Dragons on the man advantage. Storjahan sends a shot that gets deflected, almost caught Rosenzweig flat-footed. Deflection was ended up going wide anyway. Storjahan. Good defensive slap there from Shinkarik. Danger here for the Rock Lobsters. That one went bar down and it's in. The referee signaling the goal. Someone who was a menace for the Rock Lobsters the last time these two teams met, Cody Wickline, who had netted two in that 6-5 shootout loss for the River Dragons, has once again found the back of the net for the River Dragons against the Rock Lobsters. Joe Colatarsi seems upset. He doesn't seem convinced that that puck had ever crossed the line. Now we've got a stoppage of play here. And it looks like this one's going to video review. Going to be interesting here. Wickline believing that he's scored his 4th goal of the year. 3 of them would be going against the Rock Lobsters. As suspected, this goal will be reviewed. And it could be a big, big call in this game, because if the Rock Lobsters get this call reversed, late on in the second period, it could really be a motivator going into the third. Be interesting to see how much time the referees will take on this call and if there's even a convincing angle. Officials taking a look at the feed that is so kindly provided to us here by Tom Callahan, who is a former NHL play-by-play commentator and someone who has been a huge resource for me as a broadcaster in this league. For those of you who don't know, really it's just a coalition of broadcasters here in the FPHL. I try to be as kind as I can be to any broadcaster in this league because they have been so welcoming and so kind to me. Special shout out to Joseph Furtado in Monroe, who's helped me a great ton as well. John Clement, who I met for the first time last Friday, broadcaster for the Mississippi Seawolves. While we're here, let's see if we can take a look at any score updates across the league. Motor City and Danbury tied at 3 apiece. Hudson Valley tied 2-2 with Watertown. And Blue Ridge, the Bobcats, with a 3-1 lead over the Thunderbirds in the second period. This isn't the only in-state game tonight, as Monroe and Baton Rouge are tied at 1 apiece. It's interesting here. I mean, the referees are taking a long time to take a look at this goal scored potentially by Cody Wickline. I feel like that's not in the Rock Lobsters' favor. If it was clear and obvious, they would have reversed this call. I think if there's not going to be able to tell if the goal was scored or not, they're sticking with what they called. And the goal's been waved off. Much to the ire here of the Columbus fans. It's going to be interesting to take a look back at that one. Huge thank to Gabriel in the chat. I really appreciate also the welcoming that you guys have done to me as Rock Lobster fans, even fans from other organizations. It's not been an easy time trying to learn everything that you need to learn to be able to do this job correctly, and I haven't been able to do it correctly all the time. Don't get me wrong, but it's the encouragement that you guys have given me that have made it a lot easier. Some extra gas in the tank here for the Rock Lobsters. That goal that I believed to be scored by Cody Wickline, he thought it went off the bar and in. Instead, it went bar down and out. So Garrett Milan stays in the box. And if it stays this way, he'll stay in there for the beginning of the third period as well. I'm not sure what we're waiting on here. There's an official talking with the penalty box attendant on the away end, rather on the home end. So offensive zone draw taken by Jemayev, and Virgili sends it all the way down. Columbus fans really getting into the ear. Oh my goodness, what a hit. One of the biggest hits we've seen this year, Michael Greco with the delivery. Klink, the lone Columbus goal scorer now. 10 seconds to go. Unleashes a shot. Glove saved by Rosenzweig. Oh my goodness, what a hit from Michael Greco, who just absolutely unloaded on a poor soul. .6 seconds left in the second period. Make sure you stay tuned with us here in the second intermission to hear and see from Matt Garcia, who told me about his feelings about scoring his first pro goal. Wickline trying to find the back of the net for the first time tonight after his goal is waved off. But that will be the end of the second period. All goals scored in this second period. Columbus fans believe it should be 2-1. Instead, it's 1-1 heading into the second intermission. Stephen Klink at the 8:14 mark was able to get onto his own rebound and send a shot into the top shelf past Josh Rosenzweig. Looks like we got some extracurriculars here towards center ice between these two teams. You can't take your eye off the action because you never know how it's going to progress. The officiating staff trying to usher both teams towards their respective locker rooms. Looks like Michael Greco pointing towards someone on the River Dragon side of the ice. It's going to be very interesting to see how this third period starts. But before that, I had a chance to talk with Matt Garcia. Matt Garcia, one of the nicest guys on this team, and he told me all about his feelings about his first goal, his first pro goal in his career, and also his humble beginnings in Homer Glen, Illinois. Welcome back to another intermission interview here on the Rock Lobster Network. Matt Rad here as always, and joined today by a first-time guest, Matthew Garcia. Matt, how you doing, brother?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic, man. Good to talk to you. I want to start at the very beginning of your journey, which starts in Homer Glen, Illinois, about 32 miles southwest of downtown Chicago. I doubt many people, especially here in Georgia, know much of Homer Glen. What can you tell us about home?
Yeah, I mean, Homer Glen is only like a half hour from Chicago too. It's really close to everything. Really close to the AAA team Chicago Fury. Arctic Ice Cream is where I spent a lot of my time. In that area, there's a lot of rinks, and the joke story is you can't go more than 15 minutes without driving and finding an ice rink. So it was really beneficial for me as a kid.
You actually worked at an ice rink, didn't you? You worked for 5 years at Canlan Sports. You were able to have some important positions in that organization, really just through kind of your own willingness, motivation, self-belief. Can you tell your story about your time there?
Yeah, I had a lot of positions there. I started as a youth hockey instructor. I loved it. I always loved, teaching kids how to skate, how to play hockey in general. My old coach for high school, Doug Boss, he brought me on. Great guy, great mentor, teaching that way. And then the position a couple years down the road fell in my lap to help with the youth hockey director position, especially with the 3-on-3 for this summer when I come home from school. It taught me a lot. Loved every second of it. Thanks again, to Brooks Clinton, everyone that helped me out in that rink was great.
You would end up traveling 2 hours south of home to go to Illinois State University. You just graduated in July. I know your time playing ACHA hockey as a Redbird meant a lot to you. What made the campus of ISU so welcoming to you?
Yeah, it's funny because I come down here I see the campus of UGA, and it is massive. It is about got to be double, maybe the size of Illinois State's campus. And I love that kind of a smaller campus feel. It wasn't that small. It was still a school of 22,000 plus. But my time there, I wouldn't trade it for anything. It was great. The teammates were great. I was able to live with my best friend 8 years. He was the captain. I was the assistant captain towards the end of our tenure there. The coaching was great. They were fun. I learned a lot there. It helped me grow as a player, and it got me to experience a lot of different things that I didn't experience with youth hockey. Good learning experiences and great stories I'll always have.
You're one of the lone guys on this team that's coming straight from ACHA hockey onto the roster. How did this opportunity arise for you? And how quickly did it all progress with you just graduating in July? And now, about 5 months later, you're playing pro hockey.
Yeah, extremely fast. It all progressed extremely fast. Um, I was playing hurt. I tore. I had a high ankle sprain going into nationals, and I thought I was going to be done. Once that we lost to, well, personally, I think we lost to a team we shouldn't have lost to. In our nationals game, and then wasn't sure what I was going to do next, and then thankfully Coach Martinson reached out, and we were able to talk, and then I was able to reach out back to him. We were able to get into talks, and then it happened. And I think it was funny because one of my roommates was joking, and they were like, "Your name was the only name on the website for like a while." So I was like, "Oh, I guess I was that first kid." And then it was just from there, everyone was like, "Oh, it was the first kid." But it was really cool, a really really cool experience. I was excited to join a team where I'm coached by such a coach that has the best reputation in hockey that I've ever had. And just over these short few games, I've learned so much. And I'm blessed that I was able to communicate with them and join the team.
What kind of put you in that position to draw Coach Martinson's eye? Was it just because, he was kind of mostly based out of Illinois at that point? Did that have a large part to play in it?
Yeah, a massive part to play in it for sure. I was also his son was part of the Redbirds as well. That was one of our biggest connecting pieces there is too.
Matt, you've been in Illinois pretty much your entire life. Was it at all a difficult decision to move so far away from everything you've known?
Yeah, it's the South is the hospitality is awesome. The people have been awesome. The fans have been amazing. Um, I've never heard so many y'alls in my life. So that's something a little new for sure. And it was hard, being a little younger, moving. It was a 15-hour drive, not being able to wake up and, you know, if I wanted to go home from school for 2.5 hours, I was able to go. All my family is from Illinois, except for a couple people who live in Arizona. So again, this was a totally new area for me, and it's been really easy. The team's made it really easy. Again, the fans, the city of Athens has made it real easy, and I don't have zero regret for anything I've done so far.
That kind of segues beautifully into my next question. What has the learning experience been like for you this year, given that this is one of really the most veteran teams that we have in this league? And now you have the senior members of this team like Carter Shinkarik, Justin Portillo, Garrett Milan. What have guys like that in this team taught you in your first professional season?
Oh God, where do I start? Especially with those three names. Like Carter's been, I couldn't think of a better like captain to learn from and watch what they do on a day-to-day life than Carter. Same with Portsy. Portsy's always getting us fired up, always teaching different things. Just watching these guys. Like I've never played juniors. I've never been in a fight, and I'm learning from like Ports, who I mean, that's got to be like learning from one of the best kids, the most dangerous kids in the league at fighting, and he's taught me so much in that respect, how to be a person. Same with Carter, same with Millsy. Millsy being there and being labeled as our assistant coach, he really does like teach little certain aspects. If he sees something, he's going to say something, and that's you can't ask for anything better than that, especially with all his knowledge, his skill. It's someone all three of them, but him too. It's just someone you want to be around and be a sponge and absorb all that stuff. Mallow Johnson too. He's been a great guy to like help out. Great locker room guy. You get to see how he conducts himself. Hard to play against, and almost I could go on and on about every single veteran on this team. They've all helped me so much. Being so young, it's really been a gift to learn from this team.
Garce, something that's stood out to me about you, whenever we see pictures of the team at events, reaching out to the community, talking to fans, it always seems like your face is out in the forefront. It really seems like you're taking to the community aspect of being a part of this team What are you liking about kind of that whole realm thus far?
Everything, Mateen. Like the fans, especially at Illinois State, like we did a little bit of stuff along those lines, but it wasn't that much. And I always pushed that we should be doing more, getting involved with everything more often. Like we always had skate with the Redbirds and stuff, and the youth hockey team would come out, and that would be enjoyable. We should have done more. And so when the media team was asks for volunteers or whenever it is, especially with the youth hockey program that we've been working so closely with, one of the first times down here, doing the ball hockey, I had a blast. I think it's just as fun or more fun for me to be interacting with the kids, playing ball hockey with the kids. I even walked away with a battle scar. One of them cut my ankle, and it was awesome. It was the best time I ever had. Uh, just being on the team, getting out there and like showing that we're here, we're in the community, we want to help the community, we want to be involved and have fun, not only put on a show on the ice, but be there in the community to help make it better,
A lot of work went into the first part of the season, 11 road games, everything building up to that first ever home game against the Seawolves. And you, of course, had the distinct pleasure to score the first ever goal in Aikens Ford Arena, right in front of the Mississippi bench, about a step in front of the blue line. You sent a shot that their goaltender never saw. Maybe he saw it on the replay, but he didn't see it as it was coming his way. Just take us through that moment, what you saw, what you felt, and what you experienced from the time the pass made it to the blade of your stick to the time you took that knee at center ice.
Yeah, I could go back even to the beginning of the game, when our names are calling out, and the energy that the fans in Georgia brought to a hockey game was shocking and awesome to see. I didn't know. I've never been to the South. I didn't know how many fans would be there to start, but the hype was true. The fans came out. It was unbelievable. It was a great experience for my first home game for sure. And the puck got on my stick, and I know you coach says a shot on net's never a bad shot. I took it, shot it. Portsy had a great screen. He's a big man to see around, so it makes a ton of sense why he never saw that shot. And it hit. I just saw it go in at the last second, and I couldn't believe it. It was two great feelings for me. One, a relief where I haven't scored in the year yet, and I got my opportunity to score, and it was like almost like a monkey off the back. Like, okay, like I'm here. I'm helping contribute to the scoring aspect. And then two, it hit me when I dropped to a knee in the center of the ice. Like, I scored the first goal in this home building, and to hear the fan support, and it was, I mean, I still can't believe it till now. I had family text me, friends text me. Funny enough, Ed Coffey, the goalie, was a goalie that I played at Illinois State. He played for Maryville. So I had old teammates text me being like, no way, like your first goal was against Coffey, who we played last year against Maryville all the time. It was two great feelings for me. And the puck got on my stick, and I know you coach says a shot on net's never a bad shot. I took it, shot it. Portsy had a great screen. He's a big man to see around, so it makes a ton of sense why he never saw that shot. And it hit. I just saw it go in at the last second, and I couldn't believe it. It was two great feelings for me. One, a relief where I haven't scored in the year yet, and I got my opportunity to score, and it was like almost like a monkey off the back. Like, okay, like I'm here. I'm helping contribute to the scoring aspect. And then two, it hit me when I dropped to a knee in the center of the ice. Like, I scored the first goal in this home building, and to hear the fan support, and it was, I mean, I still can't believe it till now. I had family text me, friends text me. Funny enough, Ed Coffey, the goalie, was a goalie that I played at Illinois State. He played for Maryville. So I had old teammates text me being like, no way, like your first goal was against Coffey, who we played last year against Maryville all the time. And I had scored on him a couple of times in college as well. So it was a surreal moment, and I can't believe it still.
I mean, talk a little bit more about, a year ago, you're thinking to yourself, all right, I'm going to graduate this summer. I'm going to try and get a sales job or, whatever my next step is. And now you're scoring a professional goal, your first ever professional goal. And not only that, but it came in such a big moment. I mean, talk about kind of what this means for you on a personal level.
It means a ton. I still get, whenever someone texts me or a family texts me, I still get a chill down my spine, and I know that I made the best decision I possibly could have made. The love of the game is always there, and it was still there when I was about to leave school, and I couldn't leave yet. I couldn't walk away from it yet. And again, going back to coach, to even be on the same bench as him and absorb the knowledge, like hockey for some it ends whenever. Sometimes it's unforgiving like that, right? And I love working with youth. So down the road, down the ladder, when it's all said and done, just to learn from coach, play in this league, and my drive, like my love for the game and working with youth hockey, that'll help me set up for a coaching job down the line as well, as long as I'm having that great piece of paper that says I was able to graduate from school.
Matt, you're the first guy on the team that I've gotten to talk to since that home game. It was electric for me, and I wasn't even on the ice. I mean, what were the feelings going through you and the boys' minds? Had anyone else on the team ever experienced anything like that before?
I can't speak for the rest of the team, but I've never experienced a new opening rink in a city that hasn't had much experience with hockey except for the UGA Bulldogs, and it was again, it's hard. It's awesome to have been a part of, for what everything that happened. Every game for us is a must win, right? We always come out, we always want to win. There is no losing. We all hate to lose. But that game felt like it was either a do or die, right? No one wants to see a team lose after all the hype, all the stuff that went into it, all the hard work the front office staff did, all the hard work the media team did, all the hard work you've done to promote the hype of the team. So it was relieving to get that win at home, and the reaction, besides hearing a couple of quarters or the fourth period at the end of the game when my parents were sitting in the stands, sitting in the stands and listening to some of the fans talk about it. We're learning though, and Athens is here, and we're I think it's slowly becoming a hockey city, which is great.
No doubt, Matt. We're excited to get back in there. A home and away series this weekend against the Columbus River Dragons. Matt, thank you for joining me today.
No problem, team. Thanks for having me.
No problem.
Welcome back to The View here at Columbus Civic Center. A tied game at 1-1. A very exciting second period. Taking a look back, Stephen Klinken opened the scoring at 1-0 for the River Dragons after following up his own rebound with a shot that went top shelf past Josh Rosenzweig. That happened at the 8:14 mark. About 3 minutes later, Carter Shinkarik started to move on his own end of the ice, passed a puck toward Garrett Milan, and Milan was able to find the bursting run of Shinkarik on the left side. Shinkarik, on a close-range backhand shot, found the back of the net to make it 1-1. The River Dragons thought they took the lead once again on the power play late on in the period as Cody Wickline's shot went bar down on the Rock Lobster net. However, video review had determined that the puck had never crossed the goal line and was thus waved off by the officials. Third period should be starting soon. We'll be back after this commercial break.
Since we opened in 1968, we've taken pride in our professional staff. Unparalleled customer service is our legacy. Experience the best, skilled hands and friendly faces. At Stanfield Air Systems, satisfaction is not just a guarantee, it's our tradition. Schedule online at stanfieldair.com.
It's a historic season for all the hockey fans in Athens, and how can you celebrate without beer? The Athens Rock Lobster Clawshank Redemption is available exclusively at Terrapin Tap Room. Terrapin, do the right thing, always. There's only one place you can deck yourself out and represent Athens' first ever pro hockey team, the Rock Lobsters. Head to shop.rocklobstershockey.com to get your hats, shirts, and even jerseys now. Great news, Crustacean Nation. We are auctioning off autographed Christmas ornaments and some beautiful autographed Christmas sweater-inspired Rock Lobster jerseys. Just head on over to fans.winwithdash.com and search the Athens Rock Lobsters, or head on over to the Athens Rock Lobster Instagram page to learn how you can bid on autographed collectibles that you can't find anywhere else. Zamboni nearing the end of its business on the ice here at Columbus Civic Center. We are used to an exciting game here as Rock Lobster fans already. Remember how the last meeting between these two teams met. It was a 6-5 shootout win for the Rock Lobsters, and it was Kason Gallant who stuffed a puck in with 6 seconds to go in regulation to send the game to overtime. Ultimately, Carter Shinkarik would be the decider in the shootout with a great forehand-backhand move. We've already seen Shinkarik net in this game, and the Zebras with a warm welcome back to the ice. No doubt they have not put themselves in the good graces of the Columbus fans this evening, and I doubt they'll be getting any Christmas cards from the River Dragon faithful. Might be a little late in the year for Christmas cards anyway. Who has room, all that room on the refrigerator anyway? Who has enough magnets? Both teams return to the ice. It feels like we're in some sort of a flashback to the last time these two teams met. Mind you, it was a much more high-scoring affair, but feels like the stakes are just as high, the energy is just as high. You've already got the crowd at a boil with how much they've had distaste for the calls made in this game. And look at this. The third period starting just where the second period ended, with extracurriculars at center ice. It's already getting a little feisty here, a little testy between these two teams. We've seen a fight already today between Hunter Bersani and Riley Robertson. It feels likely that that won't be the only one we see tonight. Michael Greco was someone who was very much making his presence be known late on in the second period, had a heavy hit late on in that period, and then was a big part of the extracurricular talks late on in the second as well. Rock Lobster still on the Leslie Jones Law penalty kill at the start of this third period. Still some time to go on Garrett Milan's roughing call. Joe Colatarsi at the faceoff circle. Surely he's not taking the draw. And it'll be Carter Shinkarik going up against Jemayev, his former teammate. Shinkarik wins the draw. Colatarsi shaves some more time with 10 seconds left on Milan's penalty. With speed over the line is Hunter. Hunter taking it towards net. Did that one take a piece of the iron? Rock Lobsters back to full strength as Milan has made his way back on the ice. Shot from long distance. Oh my goodness. That one off the pad of Rosenswag with great velocity and into the yellow metal girders in the roof here of the Columbus Civic Center. Offensive zone draw for the River Dragons. trying to make up for lost opportunities that they couldn't find on their power play. Rather, they found them. They just didn't bury them. Storjahan. Good reach there with a stick from Shinkarik. Sent up this left side. Quickly shot back where it came from by Kirk Underwood. Shinkarik can't take the puck with him. Johnson tried to play the puck quickly back toward Milan. Robertson to Kolatarsi. Shinkarik at center ice. Johnson to his left. Johnson with speed. Loses out on the puck, but Milan is there. Sends it back towards the slot. No one was there to send it towards Petizian, who's been one of the stars of the night thus far. Shots at 21-19 in favor of the River Dragons. Murray gets squashed in from behind by Jamayev. Johnson still on the ice. Virgili finds Shinkarik at center ice. Can't return the favor. Can the Rock Lobster captain? The River Dragons almost catch the Rock Lobsters flat-footed on the change on the shot from Ryan Hunter. Shot from distance, misses wide to the left by Lind. Things progressing nicely for Kaysen Gallant, but a good defensive play there by Hugh Anderson. Taking it to the net anyway was Virgili. Gallant backhands it back towards Russell Garcia, his partner to his left. He sees an opening in the corner. He takes it. Virgili helps it onto the stick of Gallant. Back to Russell. Russell thinking about the shot. Puck loose out in front, and Brendan Ronan wasn't able to get there first. Took a tip off the blade of Ryan Hunter, who had been on the ice for a long time. Virgili tries to scoot one past Underwood. A spill there for Chris Hunt. Back onto his feet, and Brandon Picard able to make the most of it. He's manhandled down to the ground. River Dragons with a puck in their zone. Dangerous pass, but Underwood able to handle it cleanly in front of his goaltender, Petizian. Wickline, who thought he scored to make it 2-1. A really good bank pass, catches Rosenzweig up high, has to sprawl to get to the loose puck, and he is able to make the freeze. You've already got a keen sense of the barometer of this game if you've been watching. You know it's ready to burst at any given second. The only question is, when will it happen? Line of Alden, Picard, and Glukaryov out on the ice. Glukaryov had a great play on a pass in the second period. This waved off here. Faceoff will be taken once more, and what's going on here? Two referees convening. I've never seen two referees get together that quickly just on a face-off. It felt pretty 1-2-3, but Picard tries to take an early step, gets warned. And Picard gets to the puck first. With a poke check, almost springs a 2-on-1, but his pass to Glukaryov never made it to the Russian. Wrist shot there from Bersani gets blocked. Kolatarsi all the way around toward Picard. Takes a check. Riley Robertson loses out on possession. Kolatarsi gets there first, sends one off the glass. Alden had Glukaryov out in front of him. He eventually finds the pass towards the Russian. That one found a path under Alden toward Petizian, but missed wide. Trouble here for the Rock Lobsters. Bersani making the defensive play as Glukaryov. He's played a tough game tonight. has the Russian wearing number 77. Here he is again. Great one-touch pass. Just misses Milan. Ryan Hunter. A great pass towards the slot. Took a deflection. Ooh, look at the speed from Malik Johnson. He's going to be able to get there. He knew Garrett Milan was speeding towards the net with him, but could not find his line mate on the pass. Johnson still not giving up on anything. Here come the River Dragons. Thinking about the wrister. But Jemayev ends up missing with a pass. Garcia, the D-man, taking the puck out. Able to get past Bersani, who in turn sends a pass long distance. Hunter unable to play it cleanly with the skate. 14:50 left in this third period. Ronan, Virgili unable to touch it. But here's Virgili again. Here's Virgili again at the right dot. Pass didn't find Kolatarsi.
Let's go, Dragons! Let's go, Dragons!
Kolatarsi flips one off the glass. I think that one might have caught Galvin up high. Kolatarsi wanting to just settle everything down a little bit. You might know that that gets on the nerves of the River Dragon fans as well. Puck into the air. Slap towards Rosenzweig's net. The 21-year-old goaltender has to play it. Sent into the zone by Brendan Ronan. Ronan, 5 years of D3 hockey at Worcester State in his native Massachusetts. Gliding through center ice was Slahetka. No icing, say the officials. Puck on the blade of the stick of Connor Lind in his 4th year in the FPHL. 1 goal, 1 assist in his last game versus the Monroe Moccasins. Did not play in that 6-3 win against the Zydeco last game. Zydeco currently leading the Continental Division. Who through the legs, the pass went from Hunter Alden trying to look for Hunt. Tenacious is this line of Glukaryov, Alden, and Hunt. Greco. A physical player, but great handling from the man who stands at 6'2" as well. Just about 8 minutes passed in this game, rather in this period. Shinkarik plays it first time. Never got to Milan. Shinkarik has a chance to play a puck once again. Admittedly, it's been a sloppier third period from the Rock Lobsters. Have lacked the fluidity that we saw in the first 2 periods. That might change here. Shinkarik with a great pass towards Johnson, but was just a little bit too ahead of Rock Lobster number 67. Uh-oh, Kyle Russell lost sight of that one. Ryan Hunter unable to get it all the way in. Virgili steaming into the zone, ends up sending some snow into the face of Petizian. A reminder, Rock Lobster fans, that we are auctioning off autographed Christmas ornaments and some beautiful autographed Christmas sweater-inspired Rock Lobster jerseys. Just head on over to fans.winwithdash.com and search the Athens Rock Lobsters to learn how you can bid on autographed collectibles that you can't find anywhere else. Have a chance to thank some more of our sponsors here. Athens Area Urology. You're in good hands with Athens Area Urology. Plumber Pro, Hospitality South, Athens Coca-Cola Bottling Company, Classic City Flats, the home of the Rock Lobsters, Harmon Enterprises, and Roto Rooter. We'll be right back right after this quick commercial break. UGA football player Amarius Mims suffered a serious injury. The quality care from the Piedmont team changed his life.
As a football player, my body is everything to me. When I got injured, I was worried about
my future in the game, but you and your team's expertise, care, and support reassured me from the start. I've been able to recover because of the quality care I received at Piedmont, and I am back playing at my full potential on the field. I can't thank you enough for what you've done for me, my family, and my future. Your help means the world to me, and I'll always be grateful for your part in keeping my dreams alive. How you doing?
Well, I didn't know you were going to be here.
Yes, sir.
I'm so proud of you.
Sorry to quickly cut off that commercial from Piedmont Athens Regional. Piedmont Athens Regional, real change lives here. Face-off won by the Rock Lobsters. Quick 1-2 pass, casing a lot with a wrister. Matt Petizian with yet another stop, his 21st save, rather, his 20th of this game. No doubt the two goaltenders have played a huge part in this game. Puck skips past Gallant. Robertson. His pass gets blocked, sends it back in to relieve some of that pressure. Puck progressing nicely on the left side for the River Dragons. Pad saved by Rosenswag. Wickline. Backhanded pass, and his pass ends up getting blocked by Virgili. Here comes Brendan Ronan with speed, case, and Gallant misses wide. A golden opportunity for the Rock Lobsters' golden boy. Easy offside call on the whistle blown there by the officials. Really good pass by the newest Rock Lobster, Brendan Ronan. His signing just announced today on a 4-game PTO. He's probably really tired of driving around this point, Brendan Ronan. This is his 5th team of the year, 4 SBHL teams on his resume thus far, and what is his first pro year of his career this season after 5 years at Worcester State. Hunt takes a hit up high as he sends a puck into the neutral zone. Somero able to avoid Picard with a pass dumped into the near corner. Hunt takes one into the midsection. Pinballing around the Rock Lobster zone. Settled by Greco. River Dragon fan letting Michael Greco know what he thinks of him. Greco tries a heavy hit on the body once again. Ooh, there's the tenaciousness of Hunter Alden coming into play once again, but never found the run of Chris Hunt. Puck avoids the icing. I really liked the game of Daniil Glukaryov tonight. How about that? A shot from the neutral zone from Kolatarsi. Forced to save out of Petizian. Milan.
Let's 'Let's go, Dragons!
Joe Colatarsi wanted a call there. He thought it was a delay of game as the puck left the field of play, if you will. We head into another commercial break here. Stay tuned here. This game's still tied at 1 apiece.
Rock,
Lobsters.
rock,
Lobsters.
rock the rink.
Here for fun.
Promo night,
Let's get it done.
opening night,
Let's go.
B-52s,
Ready for the show?
teddy bear toss,
Don't you know?
hockey and hops,
Let drinks flow.
glow night sprite,
Bring the light.
witch's broom,
Sorting hat. Wizard night. And you shall not pass.
Greek nights here,
Feel the cheer.
stick it to cancer,
We're all here.
pucks and paws,
Hockey and dogs.
teacher appreciation,
Bring the squad.
military pride,
Standing tall.
faith and family,
All have a ball.
first responders,
Heroes true.
Star Wars night,
May the force be with you.
golf nights coming,
Swing away.
rock lobsters,
Let's play.
red,
White,
red,
white,
red,
white, blue.
Athens hockey, it's all new, red,
White,
red,
white,
red,
white.
blades,
Athens hockey, here to stay.
let's get ready,
Gang day.
rule the ice,
Bring the fights.
let's get loud,
Bring the crowd.
rock lobsters,
Rockin' out.
It's time for our Rock Lobster trivia question of the night. Rock Lobster fans, out of all of the arenas the Rock Lobsters have played in this season, which arena have they played in the most? Which arena in the FPHL have they played in the most? Only one game in their home barn thus yet. That'll change tomorrow. Make sure you come on out. 7:05 p.m. puck drop. Rock Lobsters versus the River Dragons. So remember, we've seen the temperature of this game rise a lot ever since really the latter stages of the second period. Reminder, these two teams meet once again tomorrow in Athens. Shinkarik's shot misses wide. Milan sees Colatarsi met some bodies out in front. Interesting, looks like Carter Shinkarik is back being deployed as a D-man. We'll see how long that lasts. Shinkarik. Risky pass, but it turns out for the River Dragons. Long, bustling exploration of the Rock Lobster ice by Connor Lind. Shinkarik. Loose pass from Johnson. Flipped from Robertson back toward his bench. Gets the pass back. Dumps it in himself. Things starting to get switched up here. Not sure it's purposeful or not here from Steve Martinson. Two-on-one developing. Gallant back towards Virgili. His stick gets flipped out of his hand. And it will be a Rock Lobster power play. Virgili got his stick slashed out of his grasp. Fans booing here at Columbus Civic Center, but the power play really hasn't been used to the Rock Lobster advantage in this game thus far. But yet again, it is brought to you by Paloma Park. If the Rock Lobsters score here on the Paloma Park power play, fans can unlock $3 tacos at Paloma Park for 24 hours through the Fan Saves app. Can the man advantage look more convincing in this portion of the game than it has at earlier stages? Let's see. Shinkarik gets it back to Virgili. Virgili protects the puck, sends it into the corner. Malik Johnson has that one skip past him, and it's cleared the length of the ice. Cody Wickline, who believed he scored to make it a 2-1 game in the second period, now in the penalty box. Called on the slashing. committed against Philip Virgili. Here's Virgili on the puck. Kolatarsi plays it with a skate to Virgili on the near side. Johnson behind the net. Milan, Kolatarsi. Shot into the glass behind the net. Virgili whiffs on his first pass, able to find Malik Johnson with a backhander. Shinkarik, Kolatarsi. Here's Shinkarik again. His pass gets intercepted by Samaro before it's eventually cleared out by the River Dragons. Already a minute gone in this man advantage for the Rock Lobsters. Garrett Milan gets outmanned as he gets 2v1'd. Two teams trying to outgun each other late on. Murray takes it past Anderson. Into the corner. Gallant saves it from being cleared. Pass to the side. Not getting everything he wanted on that one was Ronan on the slap shot. Kind of floated up in the air for Partisian to catch like a butterfly. River Dragons' penalty kill has looked very, very good tonight. They came into this game having killed 55 of 67 for an 81.8 penalty kill percentage. Rock Lobsters have not found the back of the net on the man advantage tonight. Let's see if they can do so. 28 seconds left on Wickline slashing call. Not looking good there on the River Dragons clearance. Ronan past a couple River Dragons. Sends it in. Murray overskates it. River Dragons back to even strength as Wickline is back on the ice. His first action is to send the puck the other way for Balkwill. Rather, it's Ryan Hunter who sends a shot that goes wide, goes off the end boards and into the carom of Josh Rosenswag. We go into immediate timeout here, still tied 1-1. Will we find a winner in regulation? Time will tell. There's only one place you can deck yourself out and represent Athens' first ever pro hockey team, the Rock Lobsters. Head to shop.rocklobstershockey.com to get your hats, shirts, and even jerseys now. Classic City Flats is a brand new apartment community in Athens, Georgia that redefines luxury living, offering a sleek and contemporary living experience. Our impeccably designed apartment homes boast sophisticated interiors, premium amenities, and exquisite finishes, providing residents with an unparalleled downtown living experience. Classic City Flats is excited to deliver luxury apartments that set the new standard of sophisticated living in Athens, Georgia. Classic City Flats, redefining your horizon of living. The Rock Lobsters have gone to overtime 5 times this season. They have yet to drop a game in overtime. There's 4 minutes and 41 seconds left of regulation in this game. Trying to take a look here. Steve Martinson has not been afraid to shake the lines up a little bit in this game. This top line now looks like Garrett Milan, Philip Virgili, and Daniil Glukaryov. I think Glukaryov is getting rewarded with some time on the top lines tonight because he's played a really, really good game. He ends up icing the puck there. Shots on goal, 24-22, currently in favor of the River Dragons. On the icing, River Dragons have a closer distance now to the Rock Lobster net. 10 against 10 on the draw. It's the Rock Lobster, 10 Garrett Milan that wins the faceoff. Here he is again. Clips one towards Glukaryov. Rock Lobsters need to be careful. The third period's probably been the sloppiest by the team thus far. Let's see if the Rock Lobsters can make the River Dragons pay with some sloppy play of the Columbus team's own. Smart play by Glukaryov to let it run between his legs. He gets checked into the corner. Shinkarik gets driven headfirst into the boards. A couple of tumbling bodies making it look like a war zone in front of the Columbus bench. Shot from distance, save on the pad of Rosenzweig. Spilling out into the corners, Bersani. Uh-oh. Trouble here. Rosenzweig makes the initial save. It's sent over the net by Storjahan, who had a chance to take a lead at point-and-blank range. Puck comes loose out in front. Rock Lobsters through Hunter Alden. The door slams shut on him thanks to Slahetka. Puck on the near side, trying to find that tight angle shot was Somero. Storjahan loose with the puck handling. That would have otherwise seen him have a golden opportunity on the Rock Lobster net. Puck in the far corner. Back to the line. River Dragons with a great period of possession laid on. The shot into the glove of Greco. Hunter Alden tenacious as ever. Here's Kason Gallant. He knows about scoring late regulation goals here at Columbus Civic Center. Picard takes it in, but is dispossessed. Wickline in front of the penalty boxes. Finds a slicing shot at a 45-degree angle. Here's Wickline again. Hungry to score in this one after his potential goal to make it 2-1 late on in the second period was waved off. The River Dragons with the better chances of these two teams late on. Jemayev right into the midsection of Rosenzweig. A minute and 21 left. Could the Rock Lobsters be heading to their 6th overtime in 13 games here in Columbus? Want to wish all of our Rock Lobster family watching in Athens and even further away across the country a very happy holidays. Thank you for spending it with us here on the Rock Lobster Network. Make sure you give the stream a like and make sure you subscribe. Here's Milan. Glukaryov to his left. A great defensive play there from Kirk Underwood. The River Dragon captain makes a great defensive play, but the trouble's not over yet. Philip Virgili has one run through his legs. Great pass towards the slot from Milan. We're seeing this line once again. Milan, Virgili, and Glukaryov. Less than a minute to play. Does this game have a winner in regulation? That one sent into the crowd. And a nice catch in the middle rows. Someone going home with a sweet souvenir. .35.5 seconds as it reads on the board. River Dragons with a plethora of shots as of late, leading that category 27-22 now. And a great opportunity to win this game here at home for them. Ooh, which they almost do. A great pass towards the slot from Hunter Bersani, who almost found Alex Storjahan. The face-off heading back towards Rosenzweig on the icing. Storjahan has had some golden opportunities to put this game away that he has just missed out on. Alden up here against Bersani. Alden wins the draw. The River Dragons have gotten to the second puck, though. Shot from distance. Murray plays it with the feet. Storjahan back to the blue line. Played loosely by Nathan Balkwill. And we are indeed heading to an overtime period. These two teams are tied at 1. Last time they were tied at 5 after a goal from Casingalant with 5 seconds left sent this game into overtime. Still couldn't find a winner then. The team went to a shootout where Jack Bostedt was perfect in the shootout and Carter Shinkarik found the winner. Josh Rosenzweig, in his first start since November 2nd, has had a great game thus far, making 26 saves on 27 shots. The Rock Lobster fans will hope that the omen that they are undefeated in overtime games this season will bear them some familiar sweet fruits. About 35 seconds to go before the overtime period begins. If you're just joining us, this game heading into extra hockey. Stephen Klink opened up the scoring in the second period at the 8:14 mark, following up his own rebound on a shot. Sent it top shelf past Rosenzweig to take a 1-0 lead. The only other goal in this game was the Carter Shinkarik goal that was created by himself and finished by himself. There was the Cody Wickline effort that went bar down, but after video review, that call went to video review and was waved off by the officials. So here we are at 3-on-3 hockey. So Niven has a question about overtime. The way overtime works in points-wise for these two teams is whoever wins will get 2 points, not the 3 points that you win in regulation. If you lose in overtime, you get 1 point. Milan wins the draw. Milan here with Glukaryov and Shinkarik. Once again, feels like Glukaryov getting rewarded for his level of play tonight. Look at Milan with the speed. Steps on the brakes, finds Shinkarik. Glukaryov looking for his first ever goal in the United States. Just misses on the pad save. Milan brought down to the ice. Milan almost comes out of that scrum with the puck. Two of the three Rock Lobsters change. Glukaryov now on here with Virgili and Kolatarsi. Gallant has now taken his place. Storjahan has had some of the best opportunities to potentially win this game tonight. Had an opportunity there as well. Kolatarsi. Virgili with a great spin into the zone. Virgili around the net. Has to race to get there now as Russell was skating in the other direction. Russell plays it with the stick, could create calamity, and then he ends up poking it off the possession of Ryan Hunter. Rister blocked out in front by Gallant. Storjahan with a great pass into the slot. Rosenzweig with a save on Slehetka. Oh my goodness, one of the best saves of the night for Rosenzweig. That puts him on save number 28 on the night. Kyle Russell still on the ice, a little bit too adventurous from the new Rock Lobster, and the shot from Slehetka goes wide. Malik Johnson. Ooh, Brendan Ronan has to be careful here. Shinkarik playing as a D-man here in the overtime period, which is now about halfway done. Milan, Johnson, and Shinkarik. Lukaryov takes Johnson's place. Rister gets blocked by the Russian off the stick of Balkwill. Shinkarik, Lukaryov over center ice. Drops a pass to Milan. Shot goes high. River Dragons almost in danger of too many men on the ice here. Here comes Jemayev with speed into the Rock Lobster zone. Takes it backhand. Didn't have enough space to fire the shot off. Glukaryov is without a stick there, but he puts his body on the line. Rosenzweig dove, thinking the shot was coming his way. Jemayev trying the deflection out in front. Rosenzweig makes the save. Could the second ever meeting between these two teams lead to the second ever shootout between these two teams? Or does Shinkarik have something to say? He just misses to the right. All the way back to Rosenzweig. 1 minute left before this game will be decided by a shootout. And Picard sends one into the midsection of Petesian. Deep breath. The River Dragons have put some distance between them and the Rock Lobsters in the shot department, 30-23. 52.5 seconds left. Milan, Picard, and Kolatarsi. Pardon me, that's Virgili and Picard. River Dragons with speed the other direction. On to the backhand. Rosenzweig makes the initial save. It's stuffed in by Ryan Hunter. Josh Rosenzweig, who was impeccable for most of the night, made a great save on the initial stop. And Ryan Hunter follows it up. Second rebound goal of the night for the River Dragons. The Athens Rock Lobsters have lost their first ever overtime game, but they still take a point out of it to put them at 26 points for the season. The River Dragons, with their 12th win of the season, they are now at 37 points on the year. That leads us to our Piedmont Athens Regional Postgame Show, where we'll go over everything that happened in this game. It all started in the second period. Nothing going in the first, but things really exploded in the second. Stephen Klink with a goal at even strength, followed up his own shot, ended up putting it top shelf. About 3 minutes later, Carter Shinkarik started a move of his own, ended up bombing on the left wing, and Garrett Milan was able to find him with a pass. Carter Shinkarik with a close distance backhanded shot. put one past Petesian. Besides that, Petesian was impeccable on the night. And after the River Dragons thought they had scored late on the power play through Cody Wickline, that goal was chalked off. It needed overtime to separate these two teams. Ryan Hunter followed up a rebound, going 5-hole on Rosenzweig to take the win. Time for our 3 stars of the night here. Third star of the night is going to go to Carter Shinkarik. After playing pretty much the whole season as a D-man, he got the start tonight at forward, showed what he can do as a forward, started his own move, and finished that move as well. The only Rock Lobster in the 3 stars tonight. Second star of the night is going to be Matt Petesian. Petesian, so many good saves on the night. Only had 22 to make, but stood up tall when he had those high percentage chances that he had to save. And of course, the first star of the night, Ryan Hunter, just bared down and was able to find a loose puck out in front, put it 5-hole on Rosenzweig. Ryan Hunter, the first star of the night, but we are not done here in the state of Georgia. Remember, this is a home-and-home series. We'll see you tomorrow night at Aikens Ford Arena. Puck drop at 7:05. We can't wait to see you back for a Rock Lobsters home game. On behalf of everyone in the Rock Lobster organization, this is Matt Rad saying so long from the Columbus Civic Center. The Rock Lobsters drop one against the River Dragons, 2-1 in over.